What go me G?
Yo, John, no man, hungry.
Why we no go check McDonald's?
Me no want a hamburger.
Then make we go check Rodney. When them hungry, watch everybody.
Finger licking good. Rodney's Kitchen is coming soon. Ladies and gentlemen, get your forks ready. Get your appetite ready. The wait is almost over. Rodney's Kitchen is coming soon, where every meal is made with heart, flavor, and island souls. Step in the kitchen, hear the fire come alive. Every pot is dancing, every flavor will thrive. From the islands of Jamaica to your family's place, every single recipe is worth.
Welcome viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to Rodney's Lifestyle Real Talk TV. Now guys, today, this morning, I'm going to cook some food. And I want to cook food with you. Today, I'm going to cook some pork, brown stew pork with some seasoned rice. And I'm going to bring you on with me and show you how we go about cooking everything. Meaning we go start from the pork, show you how me season the pork, show you how me cook the pork and all that. So come with me guys, make we do this too. So guys, this here is the pork. So this is the pork, well clean up and ready for put seasoning on. So if you notice, this part of the pork is like the what you would call the rib part of the pork. So a small pieces of bone, gristle bone in it. Not too much bone, a lot more. Then here now guys is what I'm going to season the pork with. I have some scallions. Pork without ginger is not pork. It's not Jamaican style pork. Then I have onion, carrots, and some thyme. Then now guys, these are my little powder seasoning. So complete seasoning. Then I go have some garlic, browning, and I like to cook with sea salt. So this is natural sea salt. So this is what we're going to do to season the meat. So yes guys, so cut up this first. And guys, please be careful when you're cutting these things. If you're not experienced with a knife like what I'm doing, please don't cut it like I'm doing it. You don't want to put too much ginger in it also. Push it aside. And guys, with the onion, I like to cut onion a certain kind of way. Put some little cuts like this. Alright guys, so see, these I don't really want to cut them up too fine, you know. So I just give them some cut. Then what I do now is move it over. Then here's the meat. So always remember, wash your hand before you do all of that. Guys, after I think a little bit, I said, you know what? I need to get me some pepper, you know. Yeah man, good for you know, a pork, so it's good for you have some hot pepper in there. And also, I forget that I need, you know, because of brown stew pork, I need to put in me tomato in there. So, me love to have a tomato in there, you know, get that rich, that rich flavor. And I'm gonna cut them big, not cutting them too small. So there we go. So that's how big I'm going to leave them. Then guys, I'm going to reach over to the meat. Then I'm going to start to add the seasoning. If you have garlic, you can put the whole peg of garlic in. Complete seasoning. If you don't have complete seasoning, you can use all-purpose seasoning. Salt. Don't use too much salt, because remember the complete already have some salt in it, and you know, so don't use too much salt. This is sea salt, so you have to use a little extra. And then browning, please don't use too much browning. You don't want that meat to be bitter. And then guys, what I'm going to do is going to mix everything this together first. You may be asking why I do this, but I like to do this part of it first, then I add the seasoning afterwards. Then guys, this is what I do. Add everything after. And after I do this, I'll leave it for maybe a couple hours. And guys, when you're seasoning like this, even though it's raw meat, but it's good to get a taste of what that meat tastes like if you want a little bit more salt. So all you have to do is just use your finger, touch it on your tongue, and remember you're at your home cooking your food, so it's not like you're anywhere else. So all you have to do is do that, taste it, and if it tastes fresh, then you add a little bit more salt to it. You know, this is good. So see, I taste it, and it wants a little bit more. So what I do, add a little bit more salt to it. And then do the same thing again. So guys, there it is. You know, I think I should add a little bit more browning because I need it to be a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more brown into it. Not too much. See, not too much. So guys, that's how I season my pork. You know, and just think about it, this same seasoning, this same style, you could add some jerk to it, jerk seasoning, jerk flavor to it, so then you get jerk brown stew pork. Or you could do it like that and scald it and put it on the grill, and then you have a good, nice taste of jerk pork. So guys, that was how I season the pork. Now it's time to I'm going to set the fire now. And this guys, you know me bring this from Jamaica. Yeah man, me carry this come from Jamaica, man. Yeah man, so now it's that time for cook the pork. Yeah, man. So we go get it lined up now. So, guys, I'm about to show you something different. So, guys, you see this plate. So while the pot is getting hot, this is something that is very good to do. So each part of the meat have a lot of seasoning on it. So it's good to take off some of the seasoning. All of the seasoning is not going to come off, but it's good to take some of it off. So that means when you're frying the meat, you don't frying it with a lot of your seasoning. And the reason for that is you go keep some of that seasoning in the container, just so that when you fry the meat and do all that to get it simmer down, you're going to use water and put the water and the seasoning together, and so you get to make that that sauce and that juice in that meat. You don't have to do it that way because you don't have to. You can just cook everything if you want to cook it that way. But I like to fry the meat with just the seasoning flavor on it, and then I add the seasoning afterwards. I'll go show you exactly what happened. So guys, I am not cooking with any oil. I'm using butter. Yes, I'm using butter for this cooking. And one of the reasons why I'm using butter is because, you know, it's a little bit more healthier. Well, it's the same from, it's the same oil, but this is what I'm using to do the cooking. So guys, now you see that pot is hot. So what I not go drop them in, well, let me drop them in there one by one. So you can hear that pot sizzling. Yes guys, so this is my style of cooking brown stew pork. Then when I put them in like that, I move them around a little, because you know the pot is hot already. So I like to move them around. And guys, the thing is, this pork is not as our Jamaican pork where, you know, hard to cook. This pork will cook within the next hour. So here we go. So I do it like that, and then I leave it. Then I leave it there. Leave it for it to do this cooking for about 25 to 35 minutes. Then I check it again. Then now guys, while that is cooking, I start to cook rice. So guys, when we're cooking steam rice, half stick of butter, and I just drop it in there like that. Then I season it with some of the complete seasoning, salt, Yes guys, so I put some of this seasoning in there. Creole seasoning, little spice, little of everything. Then I like to put a bunch of stuff at a time in there. And then I put scallion. And I like to do my scallion like this. Then guys, I'm going to put, because remember, I'm doing seasoned rice. So I had some mixed veg in there, and just so then I store everything in. Guys, just so you know, you can do this thing, you can do this kind of cooking anytime you want. It's simple, it's easy. The rice is very easy. All you have to do is just season it. Once it have that taste, add anything to your rice. Seasoned rice is very easy, and you don't need meat when you cook seasoned rice. And guys, remember I tell you about taking off the seasoning off the meat. So this is what it is. This is what was on the meat. So I take it off and let the meat cook by itself. And then when the meat is almost cooked, I'm going to add water to this and add it to the meat. So then now everything will combine together, and that's how you'll get that real brown stew taste. If you don't do it that way, you're not going to get that brown stew taste that you're looking for. In other words, you're not going to get that Jamaican kind of brown stew taste that you're looking for. Correct, guys? We just have to be honest with the thing. You have to cook it a certain way to get that Jamaican taste, that Jamaican flavor. So as you see, the meat is, it no reach where it should be yet, but you can see that the fork can go through it. Once the fork can go through it, that means something good is happening, meaning it's taking its little time to cook. So you can give it a couple more minutes before you put all that seasoning in. Now guys, when you smell the meat from a distance, then you know that either you need to turn the pot down or you have to give that pot a check. Now, because I have it on high, because I want it to cook quicker than this part, to cook quicker. So what I'm going to do now is so guys, when I say, here we go. So this is all the seasoning. That's all the seasoning that I season up and put on here. So guys, one thing that you have to always do, that amount of water, that's a small amount of water. You want to add more water. However, when you add this water, you need to taste it. Make sure when you taste it, the seasoning, the salt, it have that same taste. You don't want to lose that taste. And guys, there is something that I'm going to show you that not many people know about these things. So when you're brown stewing any meat, pork, chicken, it's good to put some ketchup in it. The first time, don't put a lot. Just put a little bit of ketchup in there. Cover and just let it cook. because it goes start to bubble, boil up again. So just let it cook until you can taste it and meat falling off that little piece of gristle, or you can stick your fork right through that meat. So for now, this is what's going on. So we're going to leave it right there and let it. This meat is now cooked. Let's take a good look right there. Yes, so the meat is cooked. I go make it cook a little bit more. Oh, guys, the taste is there. Wow. Yes, guys. So this is a piece without any bone. Guys, that's it. It's finished. Brown stew pork is finished, guys. Don't need to cook it no more. You can taste that flavor, you taste that ginger, and it tastes wonderful. So guys, a small plate, well seasoned brown stew pork along with some seasoned rice, as you can look and see. So guys, you can do this at your home anytime you want. It doesn't matter when or where. You can do this. So guys, this is just a nice little bite for me to taste. Not too much. This is what I'm